Do you have business in the building?
I'm sorry?
Do you have business with us?
Yes, I told you outside what my
Filming,
business
you need
was.
to be outside, please.
No, I have business in the building.
What business?
I'm looking at the documentation here, taking pictures. I'm working on a story. I told you that.
You're not here to get any service from us. That's what I'm asking. Do you have an application? Do you have anything we can help
I don't
with?
have any of what I would need your assistance. That's why I'm not asking for
Okay.
anybody's assistance.
Again, if you don't have business with us, could you just stay on public?
Yeah, this is a public lobby. I'm not going behind the restricted area door.
Filming above the glass.
Yeah, I was just looking to see what was over there. I was curious. I was just curious.
Sean,
Yeah. What? It's not a big deal. It's public. I'm not going behind any restricted areas.
You're being a little manipulative with me, and I've been very honest with you.
How am I being manipulative? How? How am I being manipulative, Dan?
Because I'm trying to ask you what you need, and you haven't responded. All you do is film me.
Because I don't need anything from you, Dan. I told you that already.
Do you understand why I'm asking you?
No, because I already explained it to you, Dan.
It's very off-putting if you're going to film over a window.
I was just seeing what was back there.
No, that's where you're being manipulative. You weren't just seeing it.
Yes, I was. How are you going to tell me?
Because your camera was up there.
Yeah, I was seeing what was back there with my camera. I'm not going to jump up there. I wanted to see what was over there.
Specific you're looking for, I can help you with.
No.
Then I need you to wait outside, please.
This is a public lobby. I have every right to be
You
here.
just said you have no business with us.
I told you I have business,
Filming
not with
is not
you
business.
directly.
Filming is not business.
Yes, it is.
You may film out there.
It's a First Amendment protected activity,
You
Dan.
may film out there.
It's a First Amendment protected activity, Dan. I'm just in a
I'm not
public
telling
lobby.
you to stop filming. I'm asking you to get out of the lobby.
Yeah, no. I'm
Please.
not going to. No.
Okay.
This is a public lobby, Dan.
Thank you.
I'm not bothering anybody. I'm not disrupting business.
I'm going to leave the lobby, and he's going to continue filming.
Do you have any real legitimate business with us?
Yeah, I already explained it to Dan. Who are you?
Eric Peterson.
Eric? Yeah, I already explained it to Dan, what my business was here.
Well, are you done?
No, not done. I'm not done.
What's your business?
My business is to document everything that's in this public lobby. That's my business here.
Well, it's public to a degree. If you don't have business, we don't let people stay.
Yeah, I'm not loitering. I'm engaging in conduct here. I'm not just standing around not doing anything.
Okay. Well, did you film it?
Well, yeah, respectfully, you don't tell me when my business is done. I want to just continue about my business. You know, Dan's starting to get a little bit aggressive, so yeah, you're starting to get a little bit aggressive because you're saying I'm manipulating you and all this other things.
My question honestly. That's why I said.
I am. I did answer your question. What question did I answer dishonestly?
We've called.
You
Murray
are.
Police.
Sean,
That's fine.
That's
You
you're
could
done and you don't have business.
you could call the police. Look, you see what they're doing right there? How they're putting up that paper on the window? That's what's called creating privacy. They're creating privacy. This is a public area. Anything I can see from this public area, I can record it. So if they want to put up a barrier to prevent me from seeing in their office or whatever was over there, then that's fine. That's creating privacy from a public area.
Like I said, we called Murray Police.
Yeah.
When they get here, if you don't have legitimate business, you don't need to be here.
Yeah, well,
And then
I'll
it
wait
becomes
I'll wait for law enforcement. Are you law enforcement?
No.
Okay. So do you know what trespassing is?
I'm an administrator here.
So
Right.
are you familiar with the criminal statute of trespassing in Utah?
Enough. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. You're also really making
so-
all our staff very uneasy, which is not okay.
Uneasy for what?
Uneasy.
For a
Weird
man with a
behavior.
camera?
Yeah.
That's
Weird
uneasy.
behavior.
But there's a camera right above my head right here. There's a camera right over there. Does that make what if I felt uneasy by your cameras? What's the difference?
It's for security.
Oh, but I can't have security. I can't gather content for my story.
I'm still baffled. What's your business?
Yeah, I told Dan I'm an independent journalist. I'm working on a story. I don't want to speak to anybody. I told you I didn't want to interview with anybody.
Okay.
But yet you keep coming over here talking to me.
Well, if
Both
you're
of
done,
you.
You came in the building. I did
Yeah.
not.
It doesn't
That's
matter.
You came in the building,
You addressed me when I was outside.
and I was very polite and left you alone.
Yeah, and now you're telling me I'm trying to be manipulative, which I don't even know.
Well, your
I don't even
behavior's
understand.
odd. It's odd.
It's odd.
But how is it manipulative? I'm pretty sure I know what manipulative means. Yeah, I don't.
Sure.
By calling somebody manipulative, that's being confrontational,
Answer
Dan.
my question, Sean.
That's being confrontational. I'm telling you.
Well,
I'm telling you.
like I said, we've asked you nicely to leave.
Yeah, you can
The point that
you can
don't,
do that.
Then it becomes trespassing.
Well, no, the
Murray
criminal
P. gets here,
the
we'll
criminal
deal with it.
yeah, the criminal trespassing statute. See, look, you can take my picture all you want, even though you have security cameras everywhere. Yeah, criminal trespassing in Utah, it's private property, not speaks of private. This is not private property. Who owns it?
We still have the right to Control access to the building.
The only reason you'd be able to control access if I was disrupting business. I'm not bothering anyone.
The latest 2 customers just came through.
Yeah, what are they?
That was
What?
disruptive.
No, how is that disruptive? Because they walked by, and I'm here.
Because you're sitting there filming everything.
It doesn't matter. That's not disrupting business.
It's odd.
That's not disrupting business.
Let me deal with this customer.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what you should be
Legitimate
doing.
business.
That's what you should be doing.
Right.
That's what you should be doing.
I'll be right back.
Hey, sir, how are you?
Good, man. What's going on?
You mind if I get your name and badge number?
Yeah. My name's right here. P-A-T-I, Putty.
Patsy.
Yeah.
And your badge number?
Badge number is 3154.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And your name, sir?
Ron.
Ron. And your
Yeah.
position here?
Do you mind if I talk to you just over there after?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Sure.
Oh,
Sure.
I'll just ask him some
Perfect.
questions and then
Yep.
I'll come talk to you after, okay?
Sounds great.
Ron, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Suspicious.
Obviously, I'm here for this reason. You're
Yeah.
recording. Okay. What's going on?
Oh, nothing. I told Ron, I told this gentleman over here is Dan. He's an administrator here.
Okay.
Forgot that gentleman's name over
That's
there.
all right. Let's talk
But
through it.
yeah. No, I was just showing you who I spoke with.
Okay.
While I was out here taking some pictures and video of the facility, they came up to me, asked me what I was doing.
Okay.
I told them politely that I was working on a story, that I'm a journalist.
Okay.
My name is Sean, just so you know.
Appreciate that.
And
You telling me your name, Sean?
yeah, sure. My name's Sean. You told me your name. My name's Sean. I'm an independent journalist. I'm just taking some pictures and video of the facility here.
Okay.
And I was also just inside in the public lobby, just taking some pictures and video of like the brochures and
Sure.
gathering some public information there.
Sure.
And they're saying that I can't without having approval from the public information officer. I don't want to interview anybody or anything. I just whatever I can see from public, I wanted to take some pictures and video of and just gather some content and then eventually be on my way. But that they seem to be a little bit confused
Sure.
on the law, and I tried to calmly explain it to them like I'm trying to explain it to you, but
Okay.
they said that I'm trying to be manipulative with them. I don't know how, but I've been forthcoming with them. I'm just telling them what it is, and this is public area here.
Rightfully.
Yeah,
you're
that's a
right.
public lobby.
Rightfully.
I'm not, raising
Yeah.
my voice. They, like he just told you, he said that my recording is suspicious.
Sure.
I mean, if I don't see how it's suspicious when I'm telling you exactly why I'm here. I'm telling you my name. How is it suspicious? I don't know. Like if I just was like, because I don't have to answer any questions, right? I don't even have to speak to you if I didn't want to, right? I'm not breaking any laws. So, but I like to try and de-escalate the situation to where, it's so that way it doesn't get to this.
Okay.
Hopefully, sometimes it does.
All right.
But, hopefully I like to try and de-escalate the situation.
Okay.
But that doesn't seem to be working here.
Sure.
So that's basically what's going on.
Okay.
Nothing much.
No, that's valid. All points of what you said.
Yeah.
You're in a public place. You're recording, and it's not illegal to record.
Yeah.
But some people get uncomfortable when
Yeah.
you're recording them, and so
Which is why I try and put them at ease by identifying who I am. And
that's fine. That's
Do you
mind
and
if I catch your full name? Just say
no,
say
I don't
or
want to give my
just say
full.
Sean?
Just Sean.
Okay.
Sean's fine.
All right.
Just Sean's
All right.
fine.
So-
I don't want to be in any type of. You can put Sean in a report, but I don't want my full name in any kind of report or anything like that. Just I haven't broke the law. Just
That's fine. Understandable. Yeah.
And I appreciate you being reasonable. I really do.
Well, Sean, what's our goal today? Like, are you?
Oh,
I
I'm
get
just-
you're saying you're trying to get your documentation.
Yeah.
You're a journalist.
Yeah,
Trying to do
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
Like, are you here for longer period of time? Or
I'm just here for I'm here for as long as I need to be. I don't really have a time frame, but I'm not going to be here all day and all night. I know they close at a certain time, and I won't be here when they close. I'm just working on a story that I can't divulge the information because it might compromise my story.
Sure.
But there's a story that I'm working on here at the health department here where they do the emissions and stuff, and I've gotten some feedback from people that have come to this
Okay.
facility, so I'm just documenting that, exercising my First Amendment right.
So that's the word I was looking for. So you are. Do you like? Is this like a YouTube channel or what?
Oh yeah. Well, I do publicize. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do publicize. I do publicize. That's
cool,
fine.
man. Hey, I
I
respect
if
you guys.
you respect my rights, I respect you.
Yeah.
I respect you, man.
That's my job, man.
Yeah, that's your
I'm supposed
job to
know
uphold the
people's rights.
Constitution.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't really, I try to do it a little bit differently
Sure.
than the norm.
Okay.
As far as communicating with people.
Sure.
not using foul language, trying to de-escalate the situation, because that's what I ask any officer to do when I come in contact with them, right? Hey, can we de-escalate the situation?
And that's why I'm asking, like, what's our plan?
Yeah,
So that way, when I go talk to him, I can tell him, explain him the situation, like, hey, he's
not
legally,
breaking any
rightfully-
laws.
Exactly. He's just here to do a story.
Yeah.
And so that way I can tell, hey. So that way also I can, like you said, de-escalate the situation. So that way they can, easily be like, oh, you know what? Okay, that's fine. He's here for a certain amount of time.
Just so they can get some sort of education. Maybe, some people don't know. This is a way that I spread awareness to everyone, not just law enforcement. You seem like you understand it perfectly and you support the Constitution, because that's your job. You took an oath, right? So, and I do appreciate that, Officer Pat.
Okay. Okay, well, you don't have a time frame, and it sounds like...
No time frame, time frame. But,
right.
Just because I don't like being told, what to do.
Not,
no one does, right?
Yeah,
Because I don't tell any, no, you didn't. You've been great.
I'm
You've
not
been
telling
great.
you what to do, and I'm not telling anybody else what to do. I'm just trying to facilitate the situation.
Yeah.
So
Murray is I'm not familiar with the area here. Murray is a city, or it's the city of Murray.
Yep.
Okay,
Are
gotcha.
you from around here?
No, I'm not from around here. No. I'm actually traveling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, if there's nothing else I can help you with, man.
Thank you, sir.
All the best to your documentation.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Remind me of your name again?
Sean.
Sean, that's right. Okay.
Thanks,
Patsy, nice
Sean.
to meet you, man.
Thank you.
Well, all the
Thank
best
you.
to you, and I hope your story works out for you.
Okay. It's working out so far.
Okay. All right, Sean. Have a good one, man.
All right, you too. Tried to explain to him that he's wrong. He doesn't know the statute. He doesn't know anything about our rights, but this is why we do what we do. Good education. All right, so we're back inside. We're not going to stay in here forever. It is a small lobby. There's not much to see. But I wanted to prove the point to Dan and everyone else that said I couldn't be in the public lobby because I was making people feel uncomfortable by simply recording peacefully. I wanted to prove the point that we can record from public peacefully and gather our content. So, there's nothing nefarious going on. People's feelings just get hurt, and then their egos get hurt when you don't listen to them. So, there goes one of them right there. Nothing much else to see in here. But we're not going to be told when to leave. We'll come and go as we please.